Good morning, dear students. I hope you all have seen the videos. Now, in today's session, we'll do a small revision. So let's begin. So we'll revise chapter 1, that is nutrition in plants. So let's discuss nutrition. What is nutrition? Nutrition is the process of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. So the process by which an organism takes food and utilizes that food for energy or for growth and development. This is called nutrition. Next term is nutrients. What are nutrients? The components of food that provides nourishment to the body. So there are different components of food like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. So these are called nutrients. They provide nourishment to the body. Next is mode of nutrition. So there are two different modes of nutrition, means there are two different ways by which an organism obtains nutrition. So first is autotrophic nutrition and second is heterotrophic nutrition. So what is autotrophic nutrition? Let us discuss. The mode of nutrition in which an organism makes its own food from simple substances like carbon dioxide, water and minerals present in the surroundings is called autotrophic nutrition. So the mode of nutrition in which an organism can synthesize its own food, that is called autotrophic nutrition. For example, green plants. Organisms that follow autotrophic mode of nutrition are called autotrophs. So the organisms which follow autotrophic mode of nutrition are called autotrophs, means green plants are called autotrophs. Next is photosynthesis. The process by which green plants prepare their own food with the help of chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight is known as photosynthesis. So the process by which green plants prepare their own food is called photosynthesis. Carbohydrates and oxygen are formed during photosynthesis. So carbohydrates and oxygen are formed during photosynthesis. Next is heterotrophic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which organisms cannot synthesize their own food and are dependent on others for their survival is called heterotrophic nutrition. So the mode of nutrition in which an organism cannot synthesize its own food and are dependent on other organisms for their survival, that is called heterotrophic nutrition. Organisms that are dependent on others for food are called heterotrophs. So the organisms which are dependent on others for their food are called heterotrophs. For example, animals and non-green plants. Next is classification of heterotrophs. So we can classify heterotrophs into saprotrophic, parasitic, insectivorous and symbiotic. So let's discuss saprotrophic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which an organism rely upon dead and decaying organic matter for their food is called saprotrophic nutrition. So the mode of nutrition in which an organism feeds upon dead and decaying matter, that is called saprotrophic nutrition. Organisms that follow saprotrophic mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs. For example, fungi. So the organisms which follow saprotrophic mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs, like fungi. Next is parasitic nutrition. What is parasitic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which some plants live in or on the body of other living organisms and get their ready-made food from them is called parasitic nutrition. For example, cuscuta, which is also called amarvi. So in parasitic mode of nutrition, one plant lives in close association with other plants and derives its nutrition from that plant. This is called parasitic mode of nutrition. So I hope you have understood what is parasitic mode of nutrition. Next, it comes is insectivorous plants. What are insectivorous plants? The plants that feed on insects are called insectivorous plants. In insectivorous plants, the leaves are modified for attracting and catching insects. So in insectivorous plants, leaves are modified for catching insects. For example, pitcher plant and Venus fly trap. So this is about insectivorous plants. Next is symbiotic relationship. What is symbiotic relationship? Let us discuss. Organisms that live together and share their shelter and nutrients are said to be in a symbiotic relationship. So when two organisms live in close association with each other and provides benefit to each other, that is called symbiotic relationship. For example, rhizobium bacteria that reside in the root nodules of leguminous plants. So there is a symbiotic relationship between rhizobium and leguminous plants. Next example is lichen. It is a symbiotic relationship between algae and fungi. So a symbiotic relationship between an algae and a fungi is called lichen. Next is replenishment of nutrients in the soil. How soil gets its nutrients back. Let us discuss. Manure and fertilizers are used to replenish the nutrients in the soil, and these nutrients need to be added from time to time. So we add manures and fertilizers to the soil, and that is how soil gets its nutrients back. Rhizobium bacteria living in the root nodules enrich the soil in a natural way with nitrogen. So we have discussed that nitrogen converts atmospheric nitrogen into simpler form and provides it to the soil. So this is how soil gets its nutrients back. I hope you have understood. So this ends our today's session. We'll give you a worksheet and the solutions for the same. So thank you for watching.